first time going live, folks, so bear with us, okay?
Good morning, Madison, and Welcome Home Collective's first morning show. This is Elizabeth Barthen, and I'm Tyler Stubbe, and we're excited to get our morning show going.
We certainly are. And I just have to touch on that we are both in our 30s, and you would not believe what we just went through to get on Facebook Live. Turns out we had no idea. We had to Google it, watch a tutorial on how to do so.
Set up the settings.
It
wasn't just a push play and go.
We thought it was just a little button that said go live, and it was not. So cheers to us.
Yep, for figuring it out.
We learned something new today.
Hopefully it'll go a little bit smoother next time.
Oh, absolutely. Everything gets better with time.
Yep.
We're going to be pretty much pros at it the next time. But we are also not opposed to, if you all have fine production skills and want to use them on us, we would happily accept that as well.
Yeah, a producer makes awesome graphics, can pop up and help us.
We're looking for you.
Yeah, so if you could donate your time, we would gladly accept.
100%.
So
of course. So Tyler, how was your weekend?
It was awesome. We watched the Super Bowl party. Actually watched it with you and Seth. And,
that was a generous word that you've used, that I watched it.
I know you were just looking towards the end to see the Disney mention, but unfortunately that never happened.
Okay, so I have to just let y'all know that for the whole game, which is, it's long. We all know football games are long. I had been promised that every year, at every game,
since the 1980s,
since the dawn before time, since I was born, that the winning quarterback, yes,
or just any player, but typically quarterback,
okay,
like the
MVP,
star,
the big star, okay, at the end of every game, Super Bowl, the cameraman zooms in on that person and goes, "What are you doing now that you've won the Super Bowl?" Right?
Going to Disney World.
So I was waiting for this the whole time. And guess what didn't happen last?
Up until then, really occasionally watching the game. And
I was occasionally, and I watched the halftime show, which I'm not...
Stellar, by the way.
You enjoyed it?
I really enjoyed it.
He really enjoyed it. I was a little disappointed. I don't know. Don't hate me.
Eminem, Lose Yourself. Shout out to my dad. My dad's favorite song.
We learned that about Brent last night. Yes, That's his favorite song. I was a little disappointed. But then the second thing I was looking forward to the most was this: I'm going to Disney World, zoom in, and much rejoice, all of that. Stayed tuned, watched all the closing credits. Is that what you call it in football, the closing credits?
Yeah, the wrap up, the interviews, the interview with Matt Stafford and Cooper Kupp MVP.
Oh, Matt Stafford, that gentleman, yes. Watched all of that, quite boring, might I add. And then I'm going to Disney.
Didn't happen this year.
Then he was like, "Don't worry, it's going to be in a commercial. Just stay tuned. Just watch some of the commercials."
Just promise. I promise.
He promised.
I promise. Nope.
Didn't happen.
Unfortunately, not this year for Elizabeth. The 1 year she watches football.
The 1 year I watched football and was greatly disappointed. And so I'm happy. I mean, I don't know. Are we happy with who won? Was that who we won?
I kind of wanted the Joe Burrow story to finish out.
Is this? Who's Mr. Burrow?
The quarterback for the Bengals.
For the Bengals.
Yeah, I felt it would have been a great story if he would have won and pulled it out. But Matt Stafford, longtime quarterback, he was on a losing team for 10 years with the Lions, and he deserved it.
Oh, yes. So. You know what? I knew that.
So, but I was talking with Jordan last night, a friend of ours. The MVP, Cooper Kupp, rightly so, 2 touchdowns, 90, 100 yards, 8 catches. Awesome game, but I think Aaron Donald should have gotten the... I
don't know any of these names.
Yeah.
I don't...
The defensive star for the Rams. He had 2 sacks, stuffed a run on a 4th down, so he should have won, but so be it.
What a crock. Should have won. Had 2 sacks and some other terms I don't recognize. Okay, well, long story longer, I was there. I waited. My commercial never came. And it's fine. I won't say that I'll never watch the Super Bowl again, but I'll never forget how disappointed I was.
Maybe we'll have to try and find the commercial for you.
Yeah, that would be
Or at
great
least I'll
to
find a
even prove that it's
prior
real.
commercial to make sure, to prove that
Yeah,
it actually was real.
because I
that
was thinking,
wasn't just,
I was thinking that you lied to me about
Yeah.
all of this.
No, I don't.
I'm not upset.
We never lie.
I was a little upset.
Whatever we're going to tell here is not a lie.
And that's what exactly it. And so we're going to start with some weather provided by me, and then we're going to move on to some stats, which are definitely not a lie. And so as far as I know from the weather, I've been really studying this and looking into it, and from what I've gathered, it's pretty much going to be cold.
Yeah, probably cold today and
maybe the next
tomorrow
and for maybe a few more weeks, and then it's so from what I've seen in the trends and the predictions and the watching the stuff, I think it's basically gonna be cold until it gets warm.
Yeah, and maybe a chance of rain or snow or
there could be
cloudiness and
good points.
Maybe some sun here.
I didn't even think about those things. Yeah, so the
probably
sun,
like a 50% chance.
There could be a 50% chance of any of those things happening. So just stay tuned for
until
that
our next morning show.
Yeah, and then I'll come back with some more weather stats for you. So, all right, Tyler, do you want to give them the little 411 on some local stats, some national stats?
I would love to.
I knew you would.
And hey, breaking news.
Breaking news.
Did you hear this? The Madison real estate market is crazy.
Oh,
no way, right? I can't believe it.
I'm in shock. What?
We don't get to hear this from every person that we talk to about how crazy the market is. Yeah.
I have never been asked in all of my existence why is it so crazy?
Yeah, well, it's crazy because
Breaking
we're
news.
so severely undersupplied. Like really, really bad undersupplied.
Tyler, what does that mean for the people? Undersupplied of what?
Of homes for sale. So we just don't have enough homes for sale to support the number of buyers that we have in the market. And we have a high number of buyers because of the lower interest rates.
It's math.
And
math.
Prices are going up, demand is really high, supply is really low. So economics 101, crazy market.
Never took that economics 101, but that makes sense what you're saying.
Yep, and there's only about 135 active listings. Active homes for sale in Dane County with minimum 3 bedrooms under $650,000. So 135 homes that thousands of buyers get to look at and see if they like, make offers, and potentially get their home of their dreams.
Hot tip: work with some great real estate agents that have some tips and tricks for getting you a competitive offer, folk. Okay, I'm just gonna slip that right in there with those stats.
And just overall pricing, we're seeing a 7 to 10% year-over-year growth on prices for homes. So meaning if you bought a house for $200,000 last year, you're looking at roughly $220,000 of home value.
Thank you so much for answering that, because I thought you were going to make me do that math in my head, and
no, that's why I'm the stats guy. You're the events.
Exactly.
Events lady.
We don't. So. Yeah, we only do the math that I can calculate on a calculator. That's it.
And just overall for sales, in January of this year, so last month, there was 248 sales.
Okay.
You want to compare that to last year, 2021 in January?
I would love to.
We had 289. So we are down by roughly, 40 sales.
Okay.
And so the sales are going down likely because there are no listings available.
Okay. Yes, I've heard these rumors.
Rumors, yeah, definitely. Well, they're not really rumors. They're true, unfortunately.
The stats are true.
So, but then just nationally too, which I thought this was actually a pretty crazy stat.
Okay.
So, the existing home sales just over the course of 2021, existing home sales from the prior year, U.S. down 5%, Northeast down almost 12%, the South down 3%. The West down 10%, but guess what? Take a guess what the Midwest is.
Oh my gosh, Tyler! I mean, based on, I guess
it is flat. 0% growth, which means
tell me what that means.
Comparatively to the rest of the U.S., we have close to the number of sales we had the prior year. Every other area in the U.S. is actually down. So people are moving in from out of town, from the West, from the East Coast, West Coast. Trying to save money on property taxes, overall cost to live, they're coming to the Midwest.
All those people that talk smack about the Midwest, move on over, folk. We're popular now.
So that just means there are now more demand moving into our area.
Okay.
And then also brings up home sales. So the home sale pricing, we are up 10% in the Midwest. Overall in the U.S., about 15%.
Okay. So not as high as other places.
Not as high as other places. but home prices are
They're
going
still
up.
steadily on the up.
Yep.
Okay.
So what does that kind of mean in terms of if you're a seller, or if you're a buyer? If you're
Yeah,
a seller,
give us
now's
the
the time to
scoop.
sell. Now is the time to sell. If you're envisioning yourself even just moving in the next 1 to 3 years, now's the time to do it.
Right.
But then what's the next question that everyone
Where am I
asks us?
going?
Where am I going?
Where am I
where's the next
going,
step?
Tyler?
How can I find something? If I do find something, we're gonna pay top dollar.
Right.
And well, that provides a conundrum.
A conundrum,
Yeah.
folks.
And so one good option that we've been talking about is actually building. So if you were looking for a new house in an existing house, an option would be to build. And the biggest reason, in my opinion, to build is you get to control your destiny. You get to control the timeline. So you would first work with the builder and establish a building contract and establish a closing date.
Okay.
And then we can work backwards from there. So if we know the eventual closing date, we can then list your house that you currently live in at a reasonable timeline. We can also, due to the fact that it's a seller's market, we could potentially ask for a rent back, so you get to stay in your home until your new construction home is finished. So you get to control the entire process from start to finish. You're not going to be competing with someone else. You're working directly with the builder, building the home of your dreams, home of the future. And that allows you to then find that next house that you think you can't find, but we can actually find that for you in building. So it's just one option.
And we're not saying this is the only option.
No,
obviously,
just one.
It's just one of them. It's just something that we're seeing. We're seeing a bit of a trend. I think a lot of people are hearing about people building, and
people are now moving rather than the existing home market where they're not maybe finding exactly what they want for the price point that they want. They can potentially build it with a builder. So
100%.
A little. What do you call the
little nugget for you?
A little nugget for next time though is
there we go.
We might be bringing on a builder so you could hear about the building process and find out what options are available.
We're going to start interviewing people, y'all.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not only just going to be the two of us moving forward. So I know we're more than enough for all of you, but we want, or at least I know
I was saying, at least
more
you
than
are.
enough for all of you. But we're going to bring on some other people to interview too. So look forward to that. Was there any other stats to go over, Tyler?
Another good one that I found.
Yeah.
So we all know inflation is rising. Inflation means just the prices that you
big
pay for
scary
goods.
word, inflation.
Yeah, inflation. So that's just saying how much are we paying for the goods, and how much did what we paid for a good for $1 last year? Are we paying
$800
80 cents this year? Or are we paying
now?
$2 this year? So the inflation is just the increase in prices. So overall in 2021, inflation was about 6.87% nationally, and compared to that to the home price growth, 18%. So that means your money is better spent in real estate because you'll actually make money than it is spending on other things.
So are you telling me my cash shit in the bank is losing money?
Essentially, yes.
Womp womp.
Yeah, womp womp. But that means sell your home, or if you're renting, go out and buy. Your rent prices are going to be going up because of inflation.
Another stat you were talking about.
Rent prices are only going to keep going up, but guess what? When you buy a home, your mortgage does not change. The only thing that does change is the property taxes and maybe the insurance, but the property taxes will fluctuate. But your mortgage, which is principal and interest, remains the same for the course of your loan, which is upwards of 30 years. And so
you just said so many smart things, Tyler.
Yeah, so it does make sense to buy a home versus continue to rent.
I'm overwhelmed with how much that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm liking that.
So, enough of the stats.
Enough of the stats. Boring.
Let's get to the good stuff.
I'm so bored. I mean, I'm interested, but I'm bored, right,
Yeah,
folks?
well, what's going on in Madison?
Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to tell you what's going on in Madison. So, obviously, I picked some events that I think I would enjoy, but some for all the people, I think. Okay? So, something that's near and dear to my heart is this Friday at the Crucible. They are playing Rocky Horror Picture Show at 11:59 p.m. and
I've never seen the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I think I might have to go to that.
Okay, I am flabbergasted because this was a crucial part of my growing up, okay? Everyone had to go to the Rocky, and the thing that's so great about it is you think it's going to be just a movie. It is not.
Is it actually horror? Is it actually like...
It is, no, it's like campy, it's funny, it's a musical. Meatloaf, R.I.P. is in it.
All right.
Okay? And not only do they play this on the TV, then there's usually a whole cast of people that are acting out the entire show live.
All right. Cool.
Okay, so you should go.
And I should.
He should go. Everyone should go. It'll be a romping good time. Okay, then the next day at the Goodman Center, bring your dad, bring your grandpa, bring your grandma. Bring whoever you want, really.
Sister, brother, wife.
Sister, brother, but
husband.
really maybe more grandpa or grandma, okay? Because it's bird and nature outing, okay? And that's starting at 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. at the Goodman Center. Now, I know during quarantine and COVID, I got pretty into the birds that would visit my window. Bird? So here's the thing.
Don't have one?
No, I do. But I don't know the proper names for them. I call them boop boops. And I call them either a yellow boop boop, a blue boop boop. There are brown boop boops, but my favorite is the yellow boop boop.
But what is a boop boop?
I think someone has now told me it's a chickadee.
Oh, all right.
I think. All I know is they're very small, and they're very cute.
I like the yellow goldfinches.
Now, is that a boop boop?
Well, it might be.
How big is a goldfinch? Is it a tiny?
It's a tiny little yellow little goldfinch. I don't know why, because it's the state bird of Iowa. Why Iowa? Because that's where I'm from.
Did you all know that?
Yeah.
Tyler's from Iowa.
Go Hawkeyes.
Listen, I'm not into the sports, but I feel like that's a little sacrilege saying that
Yeah.
here. Someone needs to say go Badgers to like go Badgers. Okay. Tyler, okay? We are in Madison. Watch out. Okay, so the goldfinch, great. Well, look out for the yellow boop boops because they're my favorite. So if you see one of those on Saturday, let me know. Okay, also happening on Saturday at noon is the Mad City Model Railroad Show at the Exhibition Hall at the Alliant Energy Center. And I feel like, was your dad into model trains and things like that?
No, but I do know a friend who is very big into trains. His name is Matt Kramer. So shout out to Matt. Go to the railroad show.
Look at him giving shout out. I don't have any shout out to my dad, Brad Richter. He was into model trains, so I guess shout out to him. Yeah, no, my dad used to have a whole setup on our ping pong table.
Oh.
Of like a whole, he would like paint the little mountains and the kind of like Beetlejuice, if any of you are familiar.
Was he into like battlefields too and like the little soldiers?
Not like miniatures like that. Like
Okay.
you're talking like Dungeons and Dragons style almost.
No, like Civil
War.
War, where they would paint the battlefields and the trees and the...
Did I just nerd expose myself? That's fine. No, he was not into that. It was like I don't know, like a town. It had like buildings and like a mountain and whatever. So, okay, that's this Saturday as well. Then, about a week out from that, the 25th through the 27th is the Wisconsin Fishing Expo, also at the Exhibition Hall at the Alliant Energy Center. And are you a fisher?
I like to fish just to, drink beers and bullshit with friends and...
Okay, so he's a poser.
I'm a poser,
He's a poser.
Yep.
I am not an expert at fishing, believe it or not. I'm really good at holding onto the pole, but if I'm asked to, I don't know, set the hook and line up, can't do it. And I also cannot take my own fish off the pole.
Oh, why?
I'm scared.
Scared to touch the fish?
Yes.
They're going to bite you?
Have you seen some fish out there? There are fish with teeth.
Yeah, I don't like taking them off.
Okay! That's what I was going to say.
I don't like the smell of fish.
Listen.
I just don't like
I
that
could
smell.
get over the smell.
And the ooey gooey.
I could get over the ooey gooey. I've just seen some fish that really scare me, that have teeth, that have, they're big, I don't know. I feel like they're maybe
Northerns
even
have
bigger
teeth,
than me. Yeah, pikes or whatever.
Or northern pike, yeah.
Yeah, they are. There are some terrifying fish out there.
Muskies are pretty big.
Exactly. I touched a bluegill once, and that was fine. But someone had to teach me how to smooth down their spikies because you can get cut by their spikes. A bluegill. I'm just putting knowledge out there, guys. Obviously, I'm sure you're probably a lot better at fishing than me, but if you want to go to the expo, it's happening at the Alliant Energy Center the 25th through the 27th time, and I won't be there because we're posers. Okay, and then to conclude, there is Drag Bingo, the 26th. at the Burr Oak at noon. And I don't know if you all know this about me, but I live for a drag queen. Tyler, have you ever been to a drag queen?
I've never been to a drag show. Never been.
So we have a lot of to-dos for Tyler after this.
Watch the Rocky Horror Show.
Rocky
go
Horror
to
Picture
drag
Show, drag queen show.
Yeah.
It's a must. It needs to happen. Okay. Well, you know what? Actually, I remembered now that there is also a drag brunch at the Rigby on the 19th. And I went to the one last month. It was spectacular. If you're looking for a good... who doesn't love breakfast and a show? Like, come on. So, February 19th at the Rigby drag brunch. Okay. Let's see. What's next on our little to-do is... I think
Future
we plugged
shows.
a little bit of the future morning shows, but...
A little bit more... better informational content, I guess, for...
We'll know how to go live next time.
Yeah, we'll know
Maybe
how to go
don't
live.
hold us to it, but we'll do our best.
So I think the next show, probably bring on a builder, give you guys some insights into building.
We won't tell you who though.
No,
Secret.
you gotta tune in. Tune in live.
And we'll always post when we're going to be posting on our Facebook and our Instagram, so be sure you're following that.
We might have some local businesses come on, and then we might be doing some on-site at local businesses morning shows, and bring contractors,
Tyler and Elizabeth live.
plumbers, electricians, designers.
You name it. So if you're any of those type of people, feel free to reach out to us. We would love to chat with you, okay? And especially if you like being on camera.
Yeah, this is pretty first time going live for me, so.
We're just all the first.
Being a comedian as you are, this is nothing new.
I'm just such a natural. Yay me. What I'm not a natural at is knowing if this Facebook Live is actually going to record this link. So believe it or not, we got another phone below us recording us just on the good old camera.
So if you did miss us live, check our website, check our YouTube channel, which will be coming up, and watch all the shows.
And there we go, folks. So thank you so much for tuning in, and we hope you have a great Valentine's Day if you care about that. And if you don't, that's fine too. We don't care if you care about Valentine's Day.
You can match with your favorite real estate agent.
Oh! Match with your favorite real estate agent.
Swipe right,
swipe right on us, y'all.
Yeah.
If you don't like me, maybe you'll like him. If you don't like him, maybe you'll like me.
What if they like both of us?
What if they like both of us? We can do it together. It's fine. I almost forgot the most important event of all, which is this Thursday, 7 p.m. Tyler and I will be doing a live Q&A on Facebook Live as well. So good thing we tested it out today, huh?
Called No Strings Attached.
No strings attached.
Meaning we're not going to keep hounding you to be our clients and to help you out. We really want to help you out as buyers and sellers, answer any questions that you might have for us.
And if you can't make it live, you can write into us with questions, and we're also going to record that and post those answers later. So don't feel like you have to be there live to get your question answered.
Exactly.
So, all right. We're just here to make things easy, breezy, beautiful for you babies out there. And thank you so much again for joining, and we look forward to next time.
Have a good afternoon.
Goodbye, everyone.
See ya.